Hi, I'm Cale with Ask the Pool Guy, and today we'll be testing some water. So, there are two types of tests you can do. You can do the analog test, which is essentially just looking at the colors produced on the test strip once you dip it in the water and then comparing them to the colors on the bottle, and you'll be able to get some rough numbers. And then there's the more exact digital test, which tests for less chemicals, but it has more specific numbers because it can read the colors exactly as they are. So we'll start with the digital test. This is for the AquaChek True Test system. It tests for Cale, which is the chlorine, pH, which is the acidity or basicness of the pool, and alkalinity, which is the pool's ability to neutralize acids. But all you really need to know are the numbers and what they should be. And so this first step would be to take out the test strip from the bottle, make sure the bottle keeps dry, and then you kind of want to keep it out of direct sunlight when you're storing it because it could fade the paper that is the test surface. And then you want to get it into the water and swirl it around for about 3 or 4 seconds, just to get all the paper completely soaked. And then turn on the system by touching the top button, and then the bottom button will count down, and it'll say dip, and then you want to put the strip there, and then you want to cover it with your thumb. They've included a cover, but I sort of lost it, so it's fine. But basically you want to keep it in shadow completely, as dark as possible, so it can get a more accurate reading, because it shines a light through the thing, and based on the feedback will generate the data that you need. And it takes about 20 seconds to fully read the strip, and then once it's done, it'll tell you the numbers. So the chlorine looks okay. It's at 2.2 parts per million. The pH is high at 8.4, which is actually a very high pH, and the alkalinity is high at 130. You usually want the pH to be at 7.2 to 7.4, and then you want the alkalinity to be at 110 to about 90. So the AquaChek system will tell you exactly what the AquaChek system will tell you what it is relative to what it should be, but it won't tell you what it should be. So based on the data you get from your test, you can tailor what chemicals you add to balance your water accordingly. So to this pool, we're going to need some pH minus, which will drop both the pH and the alkalinity. Now let's try the analog test. This is a little easier and a little quicker to do, and it covers more bases, but and I usually use it to confirm what that test is saying. If the pH looks really high on that, which it does, 8.4, I like to run an analog test to make sure something hasn't gone wrong, like I let too much light in when it was reading the strip or something. So it's the same process of dipping for a few seconds, kind of wiggling it around, stirring a little bit, except now all you need to do is take it and then kind of compare the colors on the strip to exactly what you need. So this looks between 250 and 500, which is okay. The chlorine is coming out a little low here. The pH, as you can see, is off the charts high because it's pinker than any of this. The alkalinity looks more okay, which is right about where the digital tester had it. And then the cyanuric acid looks ideal, which it usually is, and it's very rare that you need to balance cyanuric acid. It'll kind of balance with the other chemicals. So this pool, I'm going to add pH minus, and that should take care of it.